If we're all being real, the 2019-2020 season has been a complete disaster. A season with so much hype and so much potential going into the year has really failed completely on its face. And with that being said, unfortunately, I do believe this season has produced many losers, and oddly enough, quite a few winners in the process, and that's what this video is about. But before we get into this video at all, I have to say first and foremost, rest in paradise, George Floyd, and prayers to the Floyd family and friends. As a proud black YouTuber / influencer, whatever you want to call me, you a damn fool if you think I'm gonna be a bozo and not even address the situation like I see a few people doing out here. I don't have the biggest platform. I'm just about to hit 200K. I thank you guys so much for that. I thank God for that every single day. But I'm going to use my little platform to promote change as much as I possibly can. Make sure you guys sign petitions. Make sure you guys protest peacefully. Make sure you guys vote if you're of age. Make sure you guys do whatever you can to help promote equality in this country. I'm going to leave all the links in my bio. Make sure you guys do what you can to promote change, and let's do it together, man. I love everybody. The Golden State Warriors are, to me, the biggest winners of the 2020 NBA season. You talk about dominating a half decade. That's exactly what the hell they just pulled off, and I don't even think they're completely done. Last summer, as we all know, they lost Kevin Durant, but unlike OKC, they didn't just lose Kevin Durant. They were able to pull off a sign and trade and pick up an all-star. Obviously, we all kind of knew D'Angelo wasn't there for the long term. He was just trade bait to find someone that actually fits into their system, and that's exactly what they pulled off. I think we all understand Andrew Wiggins' talent. He's just not mentally strong enough to be a number one, or maybe not even a number two. And with Golden State, that's not even a problem, so he's kind of a perfect fit. Also this year, Golden State lost their best player for the majority of the season. Normally that's a bad thing, but oddly enough, it was a blessing in disguise for them. Now they have the worst record in the league and literally put themselves in prime position to get a number one pick. No one's going to care that they didn't make the playoffs, and no one's legacy is going to take a real hit. Next year, Golden State can legit have this starting lineup, and I think this lineup can contend for an NBA title if you ask me. The next winner of this whole chaotic 2020 season is the Brooklyn Nets, specifically Kyrie and Kevin Durant. Honestly, it's for very similar reasons to Golden State, but just a tad bit different. Last offseason, Brooklyn got two of the league's top 10 players, but we all knew it felt kind of off because the best one wasn't even going to play. But now, since the whole pandemic and the whole chaotic stuff has happened, pretty much the entire 2020 is one big ass asterisk in general, so KD and Kyrie really didn't miss anything. Kyrie only missed 20 games and KD missed the whole year, so they both pretty much got paid massive money to scope out their teams and prepare for a 2021 real push. Similar to Golden State, Brooklyn knew from the jump that 2020 wasn't their real year for title aspirations. 2021 was. With the extension of this season going into next season as well, Kevin Durant is going to have way more time to rehab from that Achilles, and they're almost set up perfect for a 2021 push, so it worked out perfect for Brooklyn. The Toronto Raptors are my last winners on this odd list, and it's for a very simple reason. They can say they won the last quote-unquote real championship, and they can hold on to that title for a little bit longer. Now, on to the very unfortunate losers in this whole process. I don't really think the Utah Jazz had a legit chance at actually winning a championship, but their season has been a complete disaster if you ask me. First of all, their biggest pickup in the offseason, Mike Conley, he's kind of been a bust. Like, he doesn't really fit with Donovan Mitchell, and that was their first bad thing. Then one of their best players, Bogdanovich, is hurt, so he's going to miss the playoffs. That can't help. Then your two best players, we don't even know what their relationship is like because of the whole press conference thing and all that. So, I mean, it's just like one thing after another. They're still a good, feisty team, but things just went way left with their four best players. So that was a problem. Now, the next few teams, I'm only calling them losers if the time off and the lack of real home court advantage hurts them in any way. The Clippers, to me, aren't the biggest losers, but if this tainted season hurts their chances by any way, it's not the best thing because their future isn't the most secure. I know it seems like the Clippers got Kawhi and Paul George long term because of the splash offseason moves and all that, but it's really not as long as you think. Pause. If you look very closely at their contracts, it was only really a 2-year thing. After this season, Kawhi and PG only have one more definite year, and they can test the market again as close as 2021. Also, a few of their key players are due for new deals this offseason, so this is why this season was so pivotal to me. Montrezl Harold is a big piece to their depth, but he's vastly underpaid. Is he going to be like Lou Will and take considerably less money than he's worth when he knows he can get big money somewhere else? I don't know, maybe, but we'll have to see. Lou Will, after this year, he only has one more year left on this deal, and we know he's paid like a rookie, so is he going to stay? Yeah, the Clippers have a great roster, but we don't know how a compromised season possibly hurt their best shot at winning their first chip. Now, if I'm being honest, I don't think they're going to be hurting in the slightest because, come on, I don't think Kawhi and PG are leaving LA. And they're going to be a very attractive team for new free agents, so if they do lose key players, they could easily replace them. But with them having such a great team in a prime position to win their first ring, I have to throw them on this list just in case they don't do it. The next loser in this madness is the Milwaukee Bucks. Look, it's no secret that 2021 is going to be all about Giannis Antetokounmpo. Yeah, we're going to have other free agents, but Giannis will be the only one of that superstar caliber deciding if he's going to leave the team that drafted him versus going to a better possible situation for a ring. There's been many speculations of where he can go. Toronto, Golden State, I've even heard Miami. And not winning it this year may be Milwaukee's last shot. Imagine if this long layoff hurts Milwaukee and they don't win it this year or they don't even come close. Well, next year it's going to be even tougher. Remember, I just told y'all that 7-foot sniper is coming back on a mission next year. I think Brooklyn is going to be a top team in the East, and that's going to make it way tougher for Milwaukee. Also, remember, Giannis's first few years, LeBron completely dominated the East. Then last year, the Bucks ran into a Raptors team with the superstar Kawhi. This year, the East doesn't really have a player of Giannis's caliber to really go neck and neck with him. This is why I think this season was so important for the Bucks. Next year, you're going to be bringing back KD and putting him smack in the East right in Giannis's last year under contract. So it's almost like they setting him up to leave. Honestly, it's hard for me to see Giannis actually leaving, but if they don't win it this year, it's going to be very hard to win it next year. So I just don't know. And the biggest loser of the 2020 season, and I know y'all going to hate me for this, but I'm just a messenger, is the Los Angeles Lakers. LeBron is showing no signs of slowing down, so I'm not implying that in any way. He's still the best player in the world to me, and he's actually my MVP if I had a vote. But let's be real, this year he will be 36 years old. Every year has to count. The Lakers were absolutely steaming through the regular season, and LeBron has his best shot at winning a title in 4 years. Now, if they lost any momentum, if they have any bad breaks or any bad injuries, like Milwaukee, it's a completely wasted prime opportunity. Teams are only going to get better, and Golden State will be back next year, so that can't help. And unfortunately, even if the Lakers do win it all, come on, man, let's just be honest. We know what's going to be said about LeBron. They're not going to count it as a legit ring, as unfair as it is. And don't be mad at me. I'm just the messenger of a land what's going to happen and what's going to be said about this man's legacy. Think about it like this. If he wins this ring, this is how a bunch of Jordan lovers are going to remember all of his championships. He won his first ring under a lockout season. He won his second ring by getting saved by Ray Allen, which I just detailed in a recent video how stupid that is, but it's going to be said. His third ring, he got Draymond thrown out and he beat Golden State. And his fourth ring, he won in a COVID year where it was basically a 4 to 5 month layoff. They're going to discredit that, and I hate it, but that's just how it's going to go. Personally, I believe if he wins, I'll count it, but it's definitely going to be an asterisk because it's a 4 possible 5 month layoff. That's a whole nother season, and that's just the truth. But on the other side, I'll credit it because LeBron faced the same obstacles as every other team in the NBA. He just somehow found a way to win if he does win. So unfortunately, even if LeBron wins, LeBron haters will still have ammo because of the whole pandemic and all that. And that's just unfortunate. But that's the video. If you guys like the video, make sure you guys leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Don't be mad at me because I'm the messenger of a land. What's going to happen, what possibly can happen, and what will be said if stuff does happen. If you guys like the video, follow my social media sites. Go to my bio and make change if you can make change. Follow my social media sites. Turn on notifications. Thank you guys for 200K. I'll address that next video. Do all that great stuff, guys. And until next time, as always, stay tuned and stay safe.